And we are live. Welcome back to Takes by Fans. We have a great show for you today. As always, we are live every single day at noon Eastern. If you want to watch live, head over to twitch.tv/takesbyfans. If you want to watch but not live, head over to our YouTube channel, Takes by Fans. We post all of our shows and clips of the show there on a daily basis. And if you just want to listen, we are on podcasting apps, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, iHeartRadio. Folks, however you want to watch or listen, we've got you covered multiple ways. Alrighty, today's a big old Saturday. We are continuing on with our 73 days of NFL draft prospect coverage, leading us up to the NFL draft, getting us ready. Who should our teams choose in the draft first round? Are we taking the best picks? Are we getting the best value of the player at the position? So we are investigating. We are on day 13 of our 73-day countdown, and our draft prospect of today is an edge rusher from Michigan. We're looking at his highlights, his stats, breaking them down. Is he a first-round overall pick? Is he a number one overall pick? Can an edge rusher beat out Trevor Lawrence for Jacksonville's number one pick? Probably not, but maybe. We'll see what the stats and the film show us. So that's what we got on tap today. Obviously breaking down the NBA like always, doing our moneymaker, and going over the stories of the day. So let's jump right into it. Here we go. First story up, the Bears have called to check the availability of the Falcons quarterback Matt Ryan, and so have the Patriots. Now, this is a huge year for the Bears coming up, and especially for Matt Nagy. He has to get the quarterback right this year. If he doesn't, I think you have to move off of him. You gave him your chances. He was looking fine. He was looking solid as a head coach and kind of play caller with kind of below average quarterbacks of Mitch Trubisky and Nick Foles. But I mean, folks, he struck out twice majorly on both those quarterback picks, so he's got to really step it up here and get the quarterback of the future. Now, Matt Ryan is definitely serviceable. We just don't think he's that great in the red zone. I mean, when we look at Matt Ryan's numbers, I mean, they're not bad. I mean, from last year, we got 65% completion percentage. Absolutely fantastic. We'll take that. 4,500 yards. Absolutely fantastic. Anything more than 4,000, I'm all about. And the closer you get to 5,000, the more I even love it. So, big on the completion percentage, big on these yards. And, I mean, just look at how many times he's throwing the ball. He threw it 626 times. That's the second most he's ever thrown, it looks like. 628 was the most he's ever thrown. So, truly tough here by Matt Ryan. So many passing attempts, and he has the completion percentage to back it up. So that's all well and good. The 26 touchdowns, not bad. I mean, kind of right around average. Nothing special there. Definitely could be higher. Definitely could be a little bit lower, which would obviously be not good. But 26 is right around the decent mark of where you want to be. The 11 interceptions, once again, it's a little, it's all right. It's 2-to-1 touchdown to interception ratio, which is what we look for. But, throwing double-digit interceptions is definitely never good. And we see, Aaron Rodgers who doesn't do it, so it is achievable. You cannot throw double-digit interceptions. So Matt Ryan maybe cut down in the interceptions a little bit, but then we go to his red zone numbers, and the interceptions aren't there, which is great, but the completion percentage, I mean, when we look at Matt Ryan, we get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 other quarterbacks better than him in the red zone. And let's just break down his red zone stats real quick. I mean, look at this, 50% completion percentage in the red zone. That's not going to get it done. Now, as we said, the 19 touchdowns and 1 interception. Now, that's actually really good, not turning the ball over. But once again, 50% completion percentage, 19 touchdowns. I mean, we're seeing people with 25 and 35 by Aaron Rodgers. Absolutely fantastic. So, settling for field goals when you can't get touchdowns, that's something that Matt Ryan struggles with in the red zone, not turning the ball over, but settling for field goals, not getting it done, not converting, not scoring those points in the red zone, not getting 7, settling for 3. That's not going to get it done consistently, and that's not going to win the chip. And then he gets even a little worse inside the 10 from kind of the green zone here. Where's his completion percentage at? 45% completion. So the closer he gets to the goal line, the worse he is. And that, once again, that's not going to get it done. And once again, he doesn't throw the interceptions in the green zone, but that completion percentage, settling for field goals, not getting touchdowns, that's our biggest knock on Matt Ryan. He's really not that great in the red zone, and I really don't think he's that great of a passer inside from like the 35 into the goal line. So that huge chunk of field, he's great from like the 20 to the 40, his own 20 to the opponent's 40. But as he gets closer to that red zone, that green zone, that goal line, that golden ticket of 7 points, he flounders a little bit. So don't know if this is the best fit for Matt Nagy at this moment. I think Matt Nagy either needs to go and get a proven quarterback, and Matt Ryan is a proven quarterback. He is. He's a solid quarterback. He's been in the league. I mean, when you just look at his stats, look at all these years he's been in the league, 10, 12 years. Holy cow. I did not think it was that many, but he's been in this league a ton. He's got great completion percentage. I mean, his lowest completion percentage was 58, and he's never thrown below 60 besides that 1 year. So it's really not that bad. It's just not being clutch, not getting it done in the red zone. That's the biggest knock on him. So I don't know if Matt Nagy can kind of risk his reputation on Matt Ryan. It's a solid pick. It's definitely an upgrade from Mitch Trubisky and Nick Foles by a lot. But is Matt Nagy going to hang his coaching career, his hat on an older Matt Ryan? I don't know if that's the best fit. Now, if he goes to the Patriots, I think that's a little bit of a better fit. Bill Belichick can kind of coach him in the red zone. I mean, when, Tom Brady was in college, he was obviously nothing special, and then he went to Billy B's system, and he made him work for, 20 years and won 7 rings. So I would definitely say that Matt Ryan has, the tangibles of a potential great quarterback. He just needs to get it done in the red zone. So I would definitely say that probably the Patriots are a little bit of a better fit for Matt Ryan over the Bears of these two teams that we're just looking at right now. But, just Matt Nagy. This is the year, man. This is make or break it year for Matt Nagy. Do you hang your hat on Matt Ryan? Do you try to get somebody in the draft? Do you go with somebody unproven? Do you go with somebody that's kind of proven but not good in the red zone? And then with the Patriots, man, I mean, could be a solid fit while they try to figure out what they want to do at quarterback. Are they going to try and draft Mac Jones this season in the draft and maybe kind of have him learn for a season, try to get Matt Ryan, something along those lines? So we'll see. Arthur Blank has kind of changed his mind, saying that there's kind of nobody up for sale. Matt Ryan's going to be our guy. Julio Jones is coming back, so I don't even know if Matt Ryan's available to be traded or anything like that, but we'll see. A couple rumors here on Twitter, we'll see if they come true, but I would say maybe the Bears stay away from Matt Ryan. You gotta at least get to the playoffs. The Bears need to at least get to the playoffs this season and be competitive in that playoff game if Matt Nagy wants to keep his job for more seasons. Alrighty, what else do we get here? Moving on. Jalen Hurts story. Here we go. 46% of Jalen Hurts' passes this season were thrown 10-plus yards. That's the highest rate in the NFL. So basically 50%. Every other pass is at least 10 yards down the field at least. And that's not, completions. Those are attempts. So it's not like he throws it, 2 yards out of the backfield and the running back takes it 12 yards. That's a 10-plus yard play. No. He's throwing it 10-plus yards beyond the line of scrimmage. And, he's airing it out. He's aggressive with the ball, which is definitely good. You don't want somebody, super conservative. Tua was a little conservative this season. That's why his coaches came out and was like, hey, he needs to kind of recognize what open is in the NFL. And Jalen Hurts throwing the deep ball, airing it out, taking those shots, taking those chances. That's a good sign. Now, definitely he may have to rein it in a little bit more, take your shots when they're there, not try to force things. But the fact that this man's kind of not afraid to turn over the ball, but he doesn't even turn the ball out anyway, but he's not afraid to go deep. He's not afraid to give his wide receivers a chance at the ball. I would say that's a pretty good green flag by this man. So I definitely think Eagles moving off of Carson Wentz was great for Carson Wentz and Philadelphia. Definitely great for Philadelphia because you've got kind of a solid quarterback here in the backup position with Jalen Hurts. You've developed him a little bit, kind of early on in the season. Then you started him in the back half, and he looked pretty good out there. So we are kind of very interested in Jalen Hurts. We definitely believe in him. We definitely think he can be one of these top-tier quarterbacks in this league. So, next year, watch out. Big play Jalen Hurts coming at us next year. Maybe he beefs it up. Maybe he's going to go 60% of deep balls. He's just going to air it out on every single play. Probably not, but hey, he's got the ability to do so, as we are seeing here. So he's a good talent. I think he can get it done in this league, and he's not afraid to air it out, folks. He's going to go deep. He will take the top off your defense. He will pressure your safeties. He will pressure your corners. He's going deep, folks. Alrighty, then we get another top 10 here, and this time we're going to be looking at the Chiefs. So let's see what the best plays of the Chiefs were. I mean, really, the Chiefs were the best team in this league up until that Super Bowl game where that offense just could not get it going. They did not work, and we saw some quotes about the Bucs defense saying that, they didn't switch anything up. They were cocky. They didn't really change anything from that kind of Week 12 matchup that they had against the Bucs, and the Bucs just went out and exposed them offensively. So this was kind of one of the best team. I would say probably the best team up until that Super Bowl game where they really just floundered offensively. So let's take a look back. Let's see what the top 10 plays were. Let's see how this offense was really looking throughout the entire season that just couldn't really get it done totally in the playoffs. So here we go, or the Super Bowl, we should say. Here we go. All right, and they get an honorable mention at number 10. What is it? Every team besides the Dolphins has, more than 10 good plays. What is that all about? So they get the honorable mention here. A game-winning 58-yard field goal over the Chargers in overtime, and it just squeaks in there right to the left. Here it is. Up and good. He had to hit it 3 times. First time it got called back for penalty. Second time they called the timeout. So this man hit kind of 3 straight field goals from 55 plus and got it done 3 straight times. So very well done. That is definitely an honorable mention. I would probably put that in the top 10. But let's see what plays are better than that. At number 10, in the green zone, Patrick Mahomes just waiting even more. And then there it is, Mecole Hardman, corner of the end zone, 2 feet down. I mean, folks, look at this, man. The patience. Look at this. Okay, let's just count the time. We might have to count the steps, just these little steps he's taking. Let's count Patrick Mahomes' steps here. Let's do that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That was going too quick. He's so quick, you can't even count the steps like that, so I guess we'll have to count the times, count the seconds. So here we go. 1 second, 2 seconds, 3 seconds, 4 seconds, 4.5, count at 5. Maybe we were going a little slow there, but just buying all that time, fading away to the short side of the field, being patient, waiting for it to open up at the very last second. The pressure is surrounding him, barreling down on him, and then he gets rid of the ball. I mean, look at all these defenders. They're obviously don't want to get beat by him. So they have to try and contain him and then go after him, and then he just literally waits to the last second. It's absolutely fantastic. And then just where he places this ball, I mean, he waits till the very last second and then places it where only Mecole Hardman can have a slight chance at catching this. Has to extend all the way out, 2 feet down real quick. I mean, there's no chance at a broken up pass. There's no chance at an interception. It's only touchdown or incomplete, and it's touchdown, baby, because they got playmakers on that side of the ball. Very, very freaking well done. Now play number 9 over the Raiders, the one game that they lost in the regular season. Patrick Mahomes throws across his body, flipping his hips. Very dangerous throw. This will be a perfect angle to kind of see how great it was. Oh, man. Just kind of defense. I mean, you're on your guy. You don't expect this man to throw it all the way back across his body, and he still can get it there. Number 8 going absolutely deep over the middle against Baltimore to Mecole Hardman. Again, we got to count the yards because this was an absolute bomb, folks. He's going to throw this one from the 40-yard line all the way down to the 5. Oh my God, 55-yard pass here by Patrick Mahomes, who made it look effortless. The man could have kept going even more, and just look at the absolute perfect accuracy. How do you throw it this far down the field with such precise accuracy? Absolutely fantastic. 55 yards on the money, and that's not even Tyreek Hill. It's not even Tyreek Hill. That's Mecole Hardman taking the top off the defense that time. All right, number 7, punt return over the Dolphins, unfortunately here. Mecole Hardman, oh my goodness, this man is all over the place in these highlights. Truly well-deserved, the unsung hero here of this Chiefs team. And then he just returns this one, what are we talking, 70 yards, returning it from about the 30, 35-yard line, bringing it down the left side of the sideline, and he's just gone, folks. Look at that speed, look at that agility. Yes, sir, Mecole Hardman is kind of trying to rival Tyreek Hill here. He's like, hang on. Y'all talk about Tyreek Hill speed. Have y'all noticed me, little old me, Mecole Hardman over here? I'm doing big things. Absolutely fantastic. Now we get play number 6. Is this Mecole Hardman again? It's, no, not Mecole Hardman. Finally, I was going to say Mecole Hardman hogging up all these highlights here. It's number 13, taking it to the house. A punt return for a touchdown. A kick return for a touchdown. And Pringle takes it 100 yards, maybe counted 102 officially, 2 yards deep in the end zone, and he's just on his horse. Yes, sir. Look at this. The speed on this team. All right, play number 50 over the Bucks, week 12. Ooh, boy, the play that got everybody in trouble here. Oh, no, this wasn't it. There was another play. They didn't count the other play. So Tyreek Hill all the way down the right sideline here. Let's get this one more time. 50-yard bomb by Patrick Mahomes, throwing it from the, not quite 50, but about 35, 45 yards, and then he backflips into the end zone. And, Tyreek Hill, he can take the top off the defense. Easy peasy, yes, sir. Damn, man. I don't understand how the offense was so bad in the Super Bowl with this Chiefs team. Truly unfortunate. Then Patrick Mahomes loads up. Deeper this time. Going right back to Tyreek Hill. And this is the play that got everybody in trouble. The deuces. Chalking up the deuces on his way to the end zone. Getting in Antoine Winfield's face with that. Says, peace out. I'm gone. I caught it. 75 yards. One play. Touchdown. No worries. I'm the fastest receiver in the league. I'm the best receiver in the league. You cannot keep up to me. And then I got some fines in the Super Bowl trying to repay some of that disrespect of the deuces. And now play number 3. I mean, we got 3 straight plays of Mecole Hardman just going absolutely nuts. And now we're getting 3 back-to-back plays of just Tyreek Hill being unrealistically fast, folks. Unfairly fast here against the Bills. Just destroying the cornerback there, Johnson, and then he shifts his way back inside, taking it all the way from the right side of the field to the left side of the field. Nobody can bring him down to the 5-yard line. Missing tackles, weaving in and out of receiver or defenders here. Just look at this. Just look at that. That's 1 miss. That's 2 miss. Try to dive at me. I'm too quick. You can't dive at me, bruh. Come on. I'm Tyreek mother-loving Hill, folks. I am running all over y'all. It don't matter. It don't matter. All right, now against the Browns here at play number 2. Chad Henne scrambling on 3rd and 14 for the first down and wants all the smoke with the hit. He says, I'm getting this first down. I have not played all season. You don't think I'm going to lay my body on the line for this game? Absolutely I am. Just picking up that just short. Just short. Then he goes on 4th and inches trying to ice the game. And it's just the play that they run over and over. Whenever it's 4th and inches, 4th and 1, it's kind of a speed, everything out, shifting, flowing to the right side of the field, and something's going to open up, whether it's going to be, Tyreek Hill, Travis Kelce, or if, Patrick Mahomes or Chad Henne just go and run it. And then just look at kind of the mental awareness of this man to stay in bounds and get down so the clock just runs out. I mean, there's just so much great things about this team. Truly unfortunate that they lost in the Super Bowl. I mean, this offense was absolutely fantastic the entire season besides the Super Bowl. The one game you don't want to flounder in, they floundered in. Not great. And then Patrick Mahomes at number 1 to Tyreek Hill. Love it. Best play of the season by this Chiefs team. I mean, look at this. Let's count the yards one more time on this pass. Let's see how far he flipped this down the field on the run. Rolling out to the right. Can't really even set his feet, and then he just flicks it. Oh, my goodness. Is this 50 yards? Is this 50 yards? Count it from the 40. Oh, my God, even more than 50. Even more than 50. We'll call it like 52 officially. Let's give it that. And it goes to Tyreek Hill, who takes the top off the defense every single play because he's too quick. You cannot cover him. You can't even touch him. They didn't even touch him, folks. He's got so much of a distance and a head start on these defenders that he even can fall to the ground, do a front roll, get up, and they still didn't even touch him before he crossed the goal line for the touchdown. I mean, this offense is just truly spectacular, and once again, just truly unfortunate that they blew it in the Super Bowl, but let's give it up to that Bucks defense for not getting beat twice in the same season, fixing their mistakes. Hey, if the Chiefs aren't going to change up what they were doing because they're so confident that it's going to work again, then we're going to definitely do it, and we as the Bucks, we're going to change our defense so great and disguise everything and try to take away what they do so well that we're going to beat you in the biggest game in the Super Bowl when it all matters, when the only game that matters, the Super Bowl, the last game of the season. That's when we're going to make the switch because we know we can beat you. So very well done to the Bucks defense. It's truly unfortunate. I mean, we could have been talking about the Chiefs going back to back, and that would have been a nice narrative to be talking about, but I'll go with the narrative that Brady's got 7 rings now. That's fine as well. I've got no problem talking about that. All right, so that was the Chiefs' best plays of the season. Alrighty, now these last two stories are in the NBA. Domantas Sabonis is getting into the All-Star game because another injury here. We saw, no Anthony Davis. He's out for an injury. So so who got in? It was Devin Booker gets in for him, and then no Kevin Durant in the East. So Sabonis gets into the All-Star game because of that. So still no Trae Young in the East. Unfortunate. He just had a really tough, week and a half stretch, kind of down the stretch of that All-Star voting. I really think that kind of contributed to him not getting the All-Star nod, unfortunately. Sabonis, the Pacers aren't anything special. They can't really beat, the top tier teams, the kind of above average teams kind of consistently, which is unfortunate. But Sabonis, he's a great player for this Pacers team, really kind of the only superstar on that team. Nothing else really great. They've got some decent other pieces, obviously in Miles Turner and them, but nothing great. I don't really see Sabonis really elevating the play around them. They're still, kind of mediocre at 500. What's their record officially? Let's get this updated. We're talking about the A seed at 15 and 16, 2-game losing streak, 3-7 in their last 10. So yeah, as a player, they're great, but we kind of focused our All-Star voting on totality. What's your team doing? How are you impacting your team? What's your record like? What are you doing? Are you elevating your plays around them? So, Sabonis in the top, in the All-Star game, we still liked kind of Jarrett Allen, LaMelo Ball a little bit more, and I still would have swapped if you give me the sole decision. I still would have flopped. I would have taken Jarrett Allen instead of Sabonis. I still would have taken LaMelo Ball over Sabonis, and I think I may have taken Trae Young over Sabonis as well. So, we're not going to knock the man. Congratulations for Sabonis getting in the All-Star game. Absolutely kind of deserved. He's kind of single-handedly trying to carry this Pacers team to some wins here. They just got to get a little bit better against the better teams, and then they could be decent, but currently the number 8th seed in a kind of tightly contested East we got going on here. Yeah, pretty tightly contested. We got we'll just do between 4 and 8, only 2 games separate. Between 4 and 12, only really 5 games separate. So, we're talking about some decent competition down in the back half of the season that I cannot wait for. After this All-Star break, it's going to be on. Games are going to be counting even more. Woof, it's going to be great because really, we've got some, like we said, we've got some real great competition here. Even in the West, look at this. Between, let's do between 5 and 13. Between 5 and 13, it's only really a 3-game difference, a 3.5 game difference here. So, it's going to really come down the stretch, folks. It's going to be great to watch. But Sabonis replaces Kevin Durant in the All-Star game. Alrighty, and then the last story, LeBron James, not been shooting well from 3, as we've been saying. He's shooting 19% from 3 on 6.8 attempts, so we'll round it down. You got to kind of round it down in these stats because, if you don't have that full 7th shot, we're not going to be rounding up. So we are going to round down, so 19% on 6 3-pointers over the last 9 games. He cleaned it up last night a little bit. He went 2 of 5, so a little bit better for 1 of 6. So we'll take that. Definitely not a great shooting month by him, unfortunately, but he's still on track. He's still playing every single game, so I can forgive it. It's not like Kawhi, who's taking every other game off. Paul George taking every other game off. Durant can't stay healthy. So we got to respect what LeBron is doing here. And he's still cashing out on every other category, just regular shooting percentage, points, rebounds, assists, defense, games played. He hasn't missed a game all season, which is absolutely incredible. So, yes, he hasn't been shooting from 3 these last couple of games, but that's the only knock that's on LeBron. So let's all take it easy on LeBron a little bit. The threes are getting a little bit better. He just got Dennis Schroeder back last night, and it definitely elevated the team around. They won, finally. They broke kind of a 4-game skid that they were on. So, very well done to the Lakers. We know that, this Lakers team, they need that kind of second superstar. And with AD and Dennis Schroeder out for kind of these last couple of games here, so that does attribute to the poor 3-point shooting because now all the attention is on LeBron to be the pure scorer, to be the guy that goes and gets the 35-plus points because we know nobody else on this team is going to do it. Caruso's not going to do it. Talen Horton-Tucker's not going to do it. Kuzma can do it, but still doesn't do it. And, Marcus All, Montrezl Harrell can maybe do it a little bit. Obviously not the 35, but he can get you, a solid 18-plus if he needs to. So they definitely need other players to step up. Luckily, they got Schroeder back last night, so they get back on track with the win over the Blazers. Alrighty, those are all the stories we needed to cover, so let's head over to the NBA. We'll do a little overview of the games a little bit, then we'll go a little bit deeper into the stats, then we'll do our moneymaker for tonight's action, and then we'll move on to our NFL draft prospect of the day. So let's continue on going here. Here we go. Pacers, Celtics from last night. Celtics get back on track. Kemba Walker's back in the starting lineup, and he had a pretty good game. Still taking a lot of threes, though. That's probably our one knock on Kemba Walker. I want Jason Tatum taking, 10 threes a game, not Kemba Walker. And I want Jalen Brown taking 10 threes a game, not Kemba Walker. But here we are, Kemba Walker taking 10 threes. He shot 40%. Which isn't bad. It's all right. 4 of 10 from 3, so not terrible overall by Kemba Walker, but the Celtics able to kind of outscore the Pacers by 6 here, 118-112. And we know this Pacers team, I mean, we just talked about it. They can't beat the above-average teams consistently, and the Celtics are just really on the verge of an above-average team kind of in this highly contested Eastern and Western Conference this season. So Celtics, to get Kemba Walker back, obviously they desperately need him. We know that, but he's able to kind of propel them to a win over the Pacers. So well done to the Celtics for their win last night. Alrighty, Raptors and Rockets, and Victor Oladipo played for the Rockets, and John Wall played for the Rockets, but they still lose because they don't have a big. And no Pascal Siakam played for the Raptors, and the Raptors only had their Nick Nurse didn't coach because of health and safety protocols, and they had 5 other coaches who didn't coach because of health and safety protocols, and that's why Pascal Siakam was out, and they still beat the Rockets. This Raptors team over the past couple of games have been using Pascal Siakam as the 5, as the center, as their big, and the Rockets still couldn't even beat the Raptors without Siakam at the 5. So truly unfortunate by the Rockets. They are 1,000%. We have sold all of our Rocket stock. We are no longer buying into this team. We haven't been ever since really Christian Wood went down, and we've sold our stocks even more since we know that they're trying to trade DeMarcus Cousins. So they've got absolutely no bigs here. They won't win a game because of that reason alone, and so well done for the Raptors of beating a kind of lackluster Rockets team. All right, Kings and the Pistons, and yes, sir, Kings back on track here after that 9-game losing streak they were on. They finally get a win here, 110-107 over the Pistons, just barely beating out the Pistons, but hey, a win's a win, and maybe they can try to recreate that magic that they had before that big losing streak that they were on. I doubt they can, but we'll see if they can get back on track here. Finally, the streak is over for the Kings. All right, Jazz and the Heat, the only game that we hit on our moneymaker last night. A little humbled in our moneymaker, 1 of 2 officially, or 1 of 3 officially. Truly unfortunate. But Heat, we had him plus like 5.5, 6 points. Absolutely fantastic. Once Jimmy Butler and Goran Dragic are back together, I mean, we are very comfortable of taking the Heat. Really kind of night in, night out. This is kind of what they are. They need Goran Dragic. He's the most consistent shooter besides Jimmy Butler on the squad, even though that Kendrick Nunn can have a great game and Tyler Hero can have a great game and Duncan Robinson can have a great game. None of those players are as consistent as Goran Dragic is. So, and I think he is still coming off the bench, Goran Dragic, because he is still trying to get reacclimated here. Started on the bench in his first game back, second game back here against the Jazz, and I think he was still coming off the bench. But he get the win, 124-116 over the Jazz. Very, very well done to the Heat team. Just unfortunate, the Jazz. I mean, I still think they're like 8-2 in their last 10. They're still fine, losing a couple games here. It is kind of, it's still hard to streak in the NBA consistently, so we're not going to penalize the Jazz too much for losing against a better Heat team than the record shows at 16-17, just because of how many injuries and how many players and how many games those key players, Jimmy Butler and Goran Dragic have been out. But Heat get back on track here. We always feel confident with Jimmy Butler and Goran Dragic in the lineup, and if you're giving us 6 points on top of that, yes, sir, we'll take that value all day long. Alrighty, Suns beating the Bulls 106-97, get back on track here. So very well done to the Suns. Very well done to the Bulls for being competitive against a good Suns team. So we are still kind of decently big on the Bulls. We just put them in our top 10 last night when we yesterday when we updated our power rankings. We put them in at number 10. So a little upset that they did lose as soon as we put them in there, but they were at least competitive in this game. So we'll give them a little bit of credit. We're not going to take them off instantly. We'll have our next power rankings on Friday, kind of our last power rankings to the All-Star break, which is going to be great. A nice little midway point for us to kind of get all of our thoughts on there. So Friday show should be great when we update our power rankings. So But very well done to the Bulls getting back on track, just at least being competitive here, and that's what we're looking for this Bulls team. We know they're not going to beat the better teams consistently just quite yet, but being competitive, that is the first kind of step to beating teams consistently, the better teams consistently. So we still buy into the Bulls a little bit. We'll see how Coby White is doing in this game. All right, then we go to Clippers and Grizzlies, and we didn't think we stayed away from this one. Grizzlies were getting a lot of points still, I think like 7 points in this game, and they lose by 20. Not great, but we know that they were on a back-to-back. Grizzlies won the first meeting big. Clippers win the second meeting big in 3 days, so well done for the Clippers for finally not blowing another game. So very well done. Clippers win 119-98 over the Grizzlies. Thunder, Hawks, we believed in the Hawks. This was one of our moneymaker picks. Hawks -5, and they lose outright to the Thunder. This Hawks team, very spotty. Nobody else steps up. I mean, Clint Capella had 21 rebounds. I mean, what more do you want from this man? And I'm sure Trae Young had a great game, so we'll double-check the stats, but somebody else needs to really step up here for the Hawks. But let's shout out this Thunder team. I think they're streaking a little bit in their last 10. Let's get that confirmed or denied here. Let's see what's up with this Thunder team. They're on a 2-game winning streak. All right, 4-6 in the last 10. That was because Shai Gilgeous-Alexander wasn't playing a lot, but since he's back in the starting lineup, they're getting back on track here. 2 straight wins. Definitely a big uphill battle to climb here if they want to get back into the playoffs. As we see, they are only 3.5 games out from the 8th seed, but they got some fierce competition to go up against. They got the Pelicans at 11, the Grizzlies at 10, the Mavs at 9, the Nuggets at 8, and even the Warriors and the Trailblazers and the Spurs at 5, 6, and 7. So truly an uphill battle to climb. Don't know if they have the consistency to kind of make a playoff push, but we'll see what they do kind of this last week here and after the All-Star break. All right, Hornets and the Warriors, and Hornets a little competitive here, so love seeing that. They lose 121-130. Warriors, they're streaking a little bit, I think. Yeah? What do we got here? 3-game win streak, 7-3 in their last 10, and they are the number 7 seed, which I absolutely love. Love Steph Curry still commanding the game, commanding the league, commanding all the respect from everybody, saying, yeah, no Klay Thompson, but, I'm still 50% of the Splash Brothers out here, and I still do this. Don't play on my name. I am the best three-point shooter in NBA history. I'm the best pure shooter in NBA history. Do not disrespect me. And Draymond Green's like, yeah, don't disrespect me either. I'm a huge part of that dynasty that we had, that nice little 3-4 year stretch that we had of just championship after championship after championship appearances. So Draymond Green commanding his respect, a triple-double by him in this game, a true leader for this Warriors team, a true defensive centerpiece of this team, a true leader, defensive centerpiece, really just everything. He's a leader. He's coaching all the young guys on this team, the young bigs, James Wiseman, he's coaching him up. So I absolutely love everything of what Draymond Green brings to this team. He's a true number 2 on this squad, and Curry's obviously one of the best ones that there is in the league. All right, then Blazers and Lakers. Lakers get back on track here with the win because Dennis Schroeder was back in the starting lineup, so very, very well done. Blazers, they had it going in the first half, but just a really lackluster third quarter, and they really couldn't just rebound in the fourth quarter because, LeBron James will continue to take over and ice the games, and that's kind of what he did this game, just leading this team single-handedly, no AD, no problem for LeBron as long as he's got, kind of his number 2 here in Dennis Schroeder. So very well done. Lakers get back on track with the win, 102-93 over the Blazers. All right, let's go a little bit deeper into these stats now. We'll go back up to the top here to Celtics and Pacers, and let's start here with the Celtics. Kemba Walker, 32 points, 6 assists, and 3 rebounds on 52% shooting. Like we said, we really don't love him taking 10 threes a game. He shot 40% from 3 here, 4 of 10. Not terrible overall, but I want those shots going to somebody else. I want them to going to, Jaylen Brown or Jason Tatum, because I have a lot more confidence that they'll hit those shots than Kemba Walker consistently and in clutch shots, clutch moments. But Kemba Walker led the team by far with 32 points, and he had a real great game. So we're not going to knock him too much here because he was the only one that was really kind of consistent and put up a lot of points. So we'll give him that. Jaylen Brown still at the 2 here. So let's reiterate what their kind of starting lineup that they're going with here. Kemba at the 1. Jalen Brown at the 2, Tatum at the 3, Tice at the 4, and Tristan Thompson at the 5. So a little bit of a still shakeup here. Brad Stevens trying to figure out which lineup is working here. So Jalen Brown at the 2, 15 points, 5 assists, and 7 rebounds on 41% shooting. He did shoot 0 of 2 from 3, so not the greatest. Tristan Thompson, 6 points, 5 rebounds. Daniel Tice, 17 points, 4 rebounds. He had a pretty good defensive night, too, at a plus 10. So one of Daniel Tice's better games here. But it comes against the Pacers. I mean, there's really nothing good. Who's he going up against? Miles Turner down low. It's just like, yeah, he's solid, but I don't know. Yeah, Miles Turner is better than Daniel Tice, but Daniel Tice, a little decent game by him. And then Jason Tatum, a very, very awful night by him. 9 points. He did have 4 assists and 9 rebounds, but he shot 22% from the field, 4 of 18, 22%. So worse than you were probably even thinking. And then 1 of 4 from 3. So Jason Tatum did not have a great night. Kemba Walker did, and that was kind of the reason why they won the game. Now, they did get great contributions off the bench by Robert Williams, another kind of big there, 14 points, 11 rebounds. Once again, that's what the Pacers are lacking, kind of good, consistent depth at the big position. So, Tristan Thompson, Daniel Tice, and Robert Williams all having kind of solid games here. Not a great sign by that Pacers team, because these bigs here for the Celtics are not the best. And then Jeff Teague also kind of a little bit of a decent. He could play the 5 maybe if he needs to. Not really, but yeah, so we'll take that back. But 14 points, 2 assists, and 2 rebounds off the bench in 19 minutes. Not bad. So great contribution off the bench, great contribution from Kemba Walker, and they're able to beat the Pacers. Now let's go to the Pacers. Now, once again, we know Sabonis is going to step up, 24 points, 9 assists, 6 rebounds on 58% shooting, but they just don't get that other superstar, that other great performance. As we see, we get Justin Holiday with 19 points, 2 assists, 5 rebounds on 60% shooting. Very well done. Malcolm Brogdon, 12 points, 6 assists, 6 rebounds. Miles Turner, 17 points, 10 rebounds. Locked up down low, 4 of 13 from the field. Miles Turner, not great, 2 of 8 from 3, not stretching the floor. And then Doug McDermott, 6 points on 22% shooting, 3 rebounds. So nobody really stepping up here. They did get a decent contribution by Aaron Holiday off the bench, 15 points and 2 steals. But I mean, the Celtics had 3 decent bench scores where the Pacers only had 1. So lackluster kind of superstar depth there in Indiana. And that's why we know they don't beat the better teams consistently. Not surprising. All right, let's move on to Raptors and Rockets now. Let's start with the Rockets. Kyle Lowry, 20 points, 10 assists, 11 rebounds, triple-double for that man. He's so freaking good, folks. The one superstar that's on this team. Absolutely fantastic. Steps up his game a little bit, even with Siakam out, and Fred VanVleet steps up his game a little bit as well. 25 points, 4 assists, 4 rebounds. He did not shoot well from the field, 26 overall, 5 of 11 from 3. Not terrible, but still putting up 25 points. That's what you need, especially with Siakam out of the starting lineup. You need points coming from somewhere else, and Fred VanVleet steps up with 25. Chris Boucher, 7 points, 8 rebounds. Not terrible. Shooting 25% from the field, 2 of 8. OG Anunoby, 11 points, 5 assists, 3 rebounds. And then Norman Powell, he steps up as well, and he knows when to step up. When you're missing a guy, a starter in your starting lineup, that's when Norman Powell will step up the most, and he stepped up absolutely huge here. 30 points, 1 assist, 3 rebounds on 66% shooting and 4 of 8 from 3. So wonderful night by kind of the stars here. Kyle Lowry, Fred VanVleet, Norman Powell, all having great games and all doing kind of more than what they need to do on a game-to-game basis to kind of make up for what Siakam can and does bring at the 5 here in this kind of newly arranged lineup for the Raptors. All right, now off the bench, let's shout out DeAndre Bembry, 13 points off the bench, 4 rebounds, 2 assists, not bad overall. And let's shout out Aaron Baines as well, 9 points, 6 rebounds in 15 minutes off the bench. So great night by the starters there in Toronto. Now Houston, we know they don't have a big. They're using PJ Tucker at the 5. We know that does not work. It did not work with James Harden and Russell Westbrook, so it will not work with anybody else, folks. If you can't make it work with James Harden, you're not going to be able to make it work with John Wall and Victor Oladipo. John Wall, 21 points, 12 assists. good, very good, very good. 42% shooting, 2 of 9 from the 3, not great, but I mean, other than that, it's a good night by John Wall. Victor Oladipo, 27 points, 4 assists, 5 rebounds. Once again, doing what Victor Oladipo can do on a nightly basis. We know this, but they just don't have the big to handle it down low and be that nice defensive piece. PJ Tucker, 11 points, 7 rebounds. Jashawn Tate, 8 points, 4 rebounds. Daniel House Jr., 11.6 rebounds. So they don't have the great big, and they don't have that other kind of third piece that you need. You need 3 good players on your team if you want to have success. And this Rockets team really don't have that 3 great scoring capabilities. Now, they do have Eric Gordon off the bench with 17 points, and he's always a solid bench player here, but it just does not get it done if you don't have the great big, and they don't have that great big. So they lose again here to the Raptors, 122-111. All right, let's move on to Kings and the Pistons. Now Kings get the win. They're back on track, baby. De'Aaron Fox, 27 points, 6 assists, 5 rebounds, 1 of 7 from 3. Not great there. Buddy Hield, 14 points, 3 assists, 2 rebounds. He shot 28%. Once again, not a great game by Buddy Hield, but hey, they get the win. Not because of Buddy Hield, though, because everybody else kind of steps up. I mean, look at these bigs here. Raquan Holmes, 19 points, 17 rebounds, 6 of those offensive, wonderful performance by him. Marvin Bagley, 19 points, 8 rebounds. Harrison Barnes, 21 points, 8 rebounds, 7 assists, 2 steals, 1 block. A huge, great performance by him as well. So all the starters really stepping up. Buddy Hield having a solid performance. He was kind of, the fifth option in this game with only 14 points. So he's got to step it up a little bit more. Luckily for Buddy Hield, all of the other starters got it done. They really didn't even have that great of bench performances. The greatest bench performance they had was Nemanja Bjelica with 8 points, 3 assists, and 4 rebounds in 12 minutes. That's pretty damn good, honestly, in those short minutes. So luckily, Buddy Hield gets bailed out a little bit. Let's see why. What happened with this Pistons team? Jeremy Grant, we know, 30 points, 7 rebounds, absolutely fantastic. We know he's kind of their big superstar. Saddiq Bey is rising up here, 17 points, 6 rebounds, 2 assists on 60% shooting. Not bad at all. Actually pretty good. We'll say pretty good there. Mason Plumlee, 6 points, 9 rebounds. Wayne Ellington, 3 points. Gotta do better than that. Dennis Smith Jr., 17 points, 6 assists. They did get a solid contribution out. They did get kind of solid contributions everywhere from their bench. Josh Jackson, 14 points, 5 rebounds. Saban Lee, 8 points, 4 rebounds. Isaiah Stewart, 6 points, 11 rebounds. It's not bad off the bench there, but they didn't have that kind of second elite score that you need. You need at least 2 players in 20-plus points. Whether, what everybody else does on the team is a little irrelevant, but you need consistent scorers from kind of 2 players to kind of get you the points when you need them, clutch points when you need them, and really the Pistons only have Jeremy Grant to do that. Saddiq Bey is rising and can maybe do that consistently, but he's got to be a little bit more consistent here, and I believe he is a rookie. Yes, he is a rookie, so obviously we give him more time to develop. But Kings get the win, 110-107 over the Pistons. Let's move on to the Heat and the Jazz. Let's see what Goran Dragic and Jimmy Butler were doing. We see right off the rip, Jimmy Butler and Goran Dragic were their 2 leading scorers of the squad. Jimmy Butler in the starting lineup, 33 points, 10 rebounds, 8 assists. And Goran Dragic off the bench, still playing 32 minutes, so basically a starter, but coming off the bench. 26 points, 2 steals, 2 assists, 3 rebounds on 60% shooting, and 3 of 4 from 3. So we know this man's consistent offensively and defensively, plus 11 on the court. Jimmy Butler, 33 points, plus 9 on the court, just getting it done, the 2 bigs. Now, who else stepped up? Kendrick Nunn, 12 points, 4 rebounds, 2 of 4 from 3, not bad. Duncan Robinson, 15 points, 6 rebounds, 4 of 7 from 3, once again, not bad. And Bam Mother-Lovin' Adebayo taking care of Rudy Gobert, 19 points, 7 assists, and 11 rebounds on 50% shooting. Kelly Olynyk, once again, still in the starting lineup, probably not for too much longer. Once Goran Dragic gets kind of, reacclimated up and he's like, all right, I can be a starter now. Kelly Olynyk will be off the bench, thankfully. But he had 8 points and 5 rebounds and 2 of 4 from 3. So not terrible overall, but just nothing great by Kelly Olynyk. No Tyler Hero in this game, and they still make it work because that's how great Goran Dragic is. Now let's go to the Jazz now. They've got so many pieces. Who didn't step up here? We see Donovan Mitchell, 30 points. 6 rebounds, 3 assists on 42% shooting, 2 of 9 from 3. Ooh, a little yikes there. Rudy Gobert, 15 points, 12 rebounds, a classic Rudy Gobert game as well. We get Mike Conley putting up 14 points, 2 of 7 from 3, 7 assists. It's just kind of average-ish. Royce O'Neal, 8 points, 6 assists, 4 rebounds. And Bojan Bogdanovic, 17 points, 2 rebounds on 45% shooting. And now the bench, also kind of solid contribution here. Joe Ingles, 13 points, 2 steals, 3 assists, 2 rebounds. And Jordan Clarkson, 13 points, 4 assists. He did not shoot well, 23% and 25% from the field. And these are bad 23 and 25%. 3 of 12 from the 3 and 4 of 17 from the field. So not a great night by Jordan Clarkson. 23 minutes off the bench. A little bit of a lackluster night by him. But just lose against this Heat team because they are good. This Heat team, this is the Heat team that we like. This is the Heat team that we believed in the bubble, that we called in the bubble. Here it is. Goran Dragic, Jimmy Butler. That's all you need. Everybody else is irrelevant because Jimmy Butler, Goran Dragic, they elevate the other plays around them. They take focus away on the defensive end of the ball, and they leave other shooters wide open. So Heat get a nice win here. Let's say, it's a huge, great win over the Jazz. I mean, they're one of the best teams in the league. They're the best team in the West still. They still got the best record in the West. Yeah, it's 26-7 by far. So unfortunate loss there by the Jazz, but we they're human, folks. Just because they're the best team in the league doesn't mean that they are prone to losing. Having 7 losses here at this point in the season is still kind of a little, unheard of. Yes, the Warriors have done it, 72-9 for an entire season. That was one of the best. That was the greatest season in NBA history. So, we can give them their 7 losses. We'll be fine with that. All right, moving on to Suns and Bulls. Now let's see what the Suns got. Chris Paul, 14 points, 15 assists, 0 of 4 from 3. Not the greatest, but everything else checking out well. Devin Booker, 22 points, 5 assists. DeAndre Ayton, 22 points, 7 rebounds. Yes, sir. Jay Crowder in the starting lineup here, back in the starting lineup. 3 points, 5 assists, 6 rebounds, just being a nice defensive piece out there. And McCall Bridges, 14 points, 2 steals, 2 assists, 2 rebounds on 83% shooting. Only missed 1 shot all night. Very well done. Who's stepping it up off the bench? Frank Kaminsky goes back to the bench and has a pretty good night. 15 points, 1 steal, 1 block, 1 assist, 2 rebounds in only 13 minutes. That's pretty damn good there. Cameron Johnson, 8 points, 3 assists. Once again, just the bench a little lackluster. They've got all these players: Cameron Payne, Cameron Johnson, Frank Kaminsky, or Jay Crowder, whoever is not at the 4. All those players can't step up and give us a solid 10-plus point production here, but only one does it here. Cameron Payne and Cameron Johnson definitely got to step it up a little bit more off the bench. Alrighty, now we go to the Bulls. What do we got? Zach LaVine, 24 points, 4 assists. Kobe White, 19 points, 4 assists, 5 rebounds, 1 of 6 from 3. Kobe, all right. Nobody else stepped up in the starting lineup here. I mean, Wendell Carter Jr., 2 points, 5 rebounds. Patrick Williams, 4 points, 7 rebounds. Garrett Temple, 5 points, 2 rebounds. Nothing great there. But we get, do we overtake Jordan Clarkson as our 6th man of the year with Thaddeus Young? I think I'm ready to do so. Maybe we'll give it one more game here. But Thaddeus Young off the bench, 13 points, 5 assists, 10 rebounds, and only 21 minutes of play on 54% shooting. Yes, sir. That's what we're talking about, baby. I want to see this man in the starting lineup, honestly, but he's definitely a great 6th man here off the bench. Also, other solid contributions off the bench, we got Thomas Satorsky, 12 points, 2 rebounds, and Luke Comet, 11 points and 5 rebounds. Getting it all done, very well done, but the starters not all getting it done. So little light from Garrett Temple, Patrick Williams, and Wendell Carter, not able to kind of match the contribution, the output of the other bigs from the Suns. So Suns get the nice win here, 106-97 over the Bulls. Alrighty, Clippers and Grizzlies here. Let's start here with the Clippers getting their win. 30 points by Kawhi Leonard, 7 assists, 9 rebounds on 61% shooting. A great night by him. Paul George, 13 points, 8 assists, 4 rebounds. He shot 54%, 1 of 5 from 3. Not bad overall. Serge Ibaka, 12 points, 4 rebounds, 3 assists. Nicholas Batum, 13 points, 6 rebounds, 3 assists. And Patrick Beverley, 11 points, 3 assists, 2 rebounds. So all the starters getting it done. And look at this solid contribution off the bench. Lou Williams, 17 points. Terrence Mann, 13 points, 6 rebounds. All those people getting it done. Zubac, 8 rebounds. So, yeah, I mean, we know this Clippers team is deep. Kawhi Leonard steps it up. He didn't step it up in the first game, and that's why they lose. But everybody steps it up here. Nice, great 30-point performance by Kawhi Leonard elevates them past the Grizzlies. Now, we know Dillon Brooks was still in the starting lineup here for the Grizzlies, but why did they lose? John Morant, 20 points, 5 assists, 4 rebounds on 35% shooting, 7 of 20 from the field. Alrighty. Grayson Allen, a big old nothing burger, 0 of 4 from the field, 0 of 3 from 3, 3 assists, 3 rebounds. I mean, we cannot be having this, Grayson Allen. I mean, we've seen some great performances by Grayson Allen this season, but we've also gotten some nothing burgers by him as well. That's not going to fly. You cannot be in the starting lineup and put up 0 points. It just does not work. Jonas Valanciunas, 22 points, 11 rebounds. Kyle Anderson, 12 points, 9 rebounds, 4 assists, 5 steals. A wonderful performance by him. And then Dillon Brooks, 11 points, 2 assists, 2 rebounds. He was a minus 11 on the floor, so not the greatest there. And then DeAnthony Melton steps up off the bench with a 16-point performance. So decent there. Grayson Allen scoring no points is a little unacceptable. Brandon Clark, 3 points off the bench. Not great at all, especially when he did nothing else. No assists, no rebounds, no steals. Not great there. So we know this Grizzlies team, they do have a little bit more to go here. They've got the pieces. They got John Morant, Jonas Valanciunas, Dillon Brooks, Kyle Anderson. Grayson Allen's kind of a wild card night in, night out. We really don't know what we can expect by him on a consistent basis. The bench is a little lackluster. Nothing really great there on a nightly basis either. But they do have kind of the starters to potentially get these games done. That's why I think they're still at 500 or a game below 500 now because they lose this game. But we'll see if they can make a push for the playoffs in the second half of the season, but we need more consistency from Grayson Allen if they want to have a chance at making that kind of wild card or that 8th seed. Alrighty, Hawks and the Thunder. We'll start here with the Thunder since they won. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, 24 points, 4 assists, 5 rebounds on 56% shooting. Good night by him. Theo Melendon, 13 points, 12 assists. We'll give it to that man as well. Isaiah Roby, 7 points, 4 rebounds in 31 minutes. All right, he must have been good on the defensive end because he was still a +6 on the floor. Darius Baisley, 18 points, 12 rebounds on 66% shooting. Very well done. And Lugan Stort still there at the number 3, 19 points, 2 assists, 3 rebounds, 4 of 9 from 3. Not bad overall. Off the bench, we get some solid contributions here. Kenrich Williams, 15 points, 2 assists, 2 rebounds. Ty Jerome here, 9 points, 7 assists, 5 rebounds in 22 minutes. Absolutely wonderful. And Mike Muscala here, 10 points, 3 rebounds in 16 minutes. So great night by the bench here by the Thunder. Great job by kind of their stars of Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, Lugan Stort, doing it pretty well there. Now, why did the Hawks lose? Because, they only have 2 good pieces? Well, let's see. Trae Young, 17 points, 8 assists, 6 rebounds on 33% shooting, so definitely could be a lot better there. Kevin Huerter. I just heard it last night and I can't remember what his actual name is. But Kevin Huerter here, 15 points, 4 assists, and 6 rebounds on 35% shooting. Once again, could definitely be a little bit better there, especially when you're taking 21 shots like Trae Young, 14 shots by Huerter. Clint Mother-Lovin Capella, folks. Holy moly. 17 points, 21 rebounds, 9 of those rebounds offensive. Almost had a double-double with just points and offensive rebounds alone, and we love that. John Collins steps up huge here. 25 points, 8 rebounds. Tony Snell, no points, 2 rebounds. Alrighty. cannot be having a goose egg in the starting lineup. If it doesn't fly for or if it's not good for Grayson Allen, it shouldn't be good for Tony Snell. So he only did take 3 shots, but still got to put up some points somehow. Got to contribute there. Now off the bench, Rondo, pretty nice night by him. 10 points, 5 rebounds on 57% shooting. Danilo Gallinari, only 8 points. He shot 2 of 8 and 0 of 3 from the 3. And then Skylar Mays, 10 points off the bench in 13 minutes. So not terrible there by the starting lineup. A huge, great game by Clint Capella and John Collins. Trae Young, a little light with the 17. And Tony Snell with the 0. Got to play a little bit better than that. But we'll see what the Hawks can do. Can they kind of rebound here? They've been kind of up and down. They've had some nice streaks and nice stretches this kind of first half of the season. But so far, I think they're out of the playoffs currently. Number 11 at 14-19. They're only a game back, two games back from that 8th seed, so they can get it done. They can get it done. They just have to go out and do it. So we'll see if they can, see if anybody can step up, see if they make a trade to try and bring in a third good piece there for Atlanta. But we'll see what they can do. All right, moving on to Warriors and Hornets now. Warriors, Steph Curry, 29 points, 9 assists, 4 rebounds on 53% shooting, 3 of 8 from 3. Kelly Oubre Jr., what a night by him, 27 points on 73% shooting, 3 of 6 from 3 as well. 3 assists, 6 rebounds, a huge, great night by him. Love seeing that. Kevon Looney back at the 5 here, 10 points, 1 rebound. All righty. Draymond Green was grabbing all the boards. That's why, wow, Draymond Green had an absolute great night. 11 points, 19 assists, 12 rebounds on 62% shooting. Absolutely well done. And Andrew Wiggins contributing 17 points, 3 assists, 3 rebounds on 41% shooting. So all the starters really kind of getting it done here. And then look at this great contribution off the bench. James Wiseman, 16 points, 4 rebounds in 16 minutes. Damian Lee, 10 points, 3 rebounds in 18 minutes off the bench as well. So great night by the starters. Solid night off the bench by their kind of big bench players. So well done by the Warriors getting another win here. Damn, I mean, look at this. Kelly Oubre Jr. stepping it up big. Got to see him start to do this a little bit more consistently. But the 27, man, I absolutely love it. If Curry goes for 29 and Kelly Oubre goes for 27 every game, that's going to be almost instant wins, honestly. All right, now the Hornets now. What went wrong with them? LaMelo Ball, 22 points, 6 assists, 7 rebounds on 43% shooting, 3 of 8 from 3. Once again, super impressed by LaMelo Ball, an all-star snub, truly, folks. Terry Rozier, 24 points, 3 assists on 3 of 8 shooting from 3, 56% overall. Once again, not a bad night by scary Terry Rozier. PJ Washington, we see him at the 5 because of no Cody Zeller in the game, and he had 15 points and 10 rebounds. Alrighty, maybe start putting him at the 5. Let's start seeing that a little bit more. Not totally impressed by Cody Zeller, and let's shout out PJ Washington a little bit more here. 4 assists and 4 steals. So, I mean, he was just getting it done purely on the defensive end. He was a plus 19 in a loss. Folks. That is absolutely wonderful. If you lose by 9, but you're a plus 19, you're making it work. So maybe let's start having PJ Washington here as kind of the main 5 here. Have Cody Zeller be the bench big. And maybe we're talking about a good team here in the Hornets. I mean, we know they got the shooters, Gordon Hayward, LaMelo Ball, Terry Rozier, so they've got the scorers. They just need the good defense, and they need the good big. PJ Washington here, 1 year experience. I think we're talking about a good player here, folks. Yes, sir. Get that man in the starting 5. Alrighty, Cody Martin there. I think PJ Washington usually plays the 4, but him at the 5, definitely a great night by him there. So I believe Cody Martin is the addition here at the 4 since no Cody Zeller. 8 points, 5 rebounds, 2 assists. Not a terrible night by him. He was also a plus. The only 2 players in kind of plus territory in the starting column as the starters were Cody Martin and PJ Washington. So Cody Martin good on the defensive end with a plus 6. And then Gordon Hayward, 12 points, 5 assists, 2 rebounds, 3 of 3 from 3, 40% overall from the field. So not a terrible game by him, hitting all the threes. That's exactly what we want from Gordon Hayward. So not a bad night by the starters. Love seeing PJ Washington there in the starting lineup at the 5. Think that's great. And now we had some great bench contribution as well. We get Miles Bridges, 10 points, 4 rebounds, 4 assists, absolutely fantastic. And Malik Monk, 25 points and 5 rebounds in 25 minutes off the bench. So very well done by the bench. Great job by the starters. It's just unfortunately the Warriors had a little bit of a better night overall. So this is still promising by the Hornets, and we still have some Hornet stock with us, but if PJ Washington stays at the 5, I want to see if he can kind of keep this play up here. This is absolutely fantastic, especially going against, Kevon Looney and Draymond Green and James Wiseman. And even Andrew Wiggins still. So pretty great night by them, especially PJ Washington. Truly impressive there. Alrighty, and then the last game of the night, the Lakers and the Blazers. Let's start here with the Lakers. We see Dennis Schroeder back in the starting lineup here. Thank goodness for this Lakers team to stop their 4-game losing streak. 22 points by Dennis Schroeder, 2 assists, 3 rebounds on 42% shooting. Decent there. 1 of 2 from 3. Alrighty. KCP, 5 points, 2 assists on 40% shooting. Marc Gasol, 8 points, 2 rebounds. Markieff Morris, 4 points, 4 rebounds. Folks, this is what LeBron James is working with, so we can see why they lose when Dennis Schroeder is not there. We're getting 5 points. We're getting 8 points. We're getting 4 points from people in the starting lineup. What are we talking about here? These will not get wins, but luckily LeBron James had a good night. 28 points, 7 assists, 11 rebounds, 4 steals, 3 blocks, only 2 turnovers. Absolutely wonderful. 2 of 5 from 3, 52% overall. Folks, he gets it done, and we could even count on Kyle Kuzma off the bench. What are we talking about here? 4 points. He did have 11 rebounds. I'll give him those, but 4 points. Kyle Kuzma, you've got to kind of be a nice scorer here. But we can always count on Montrezl, Mother, Love, and Harold. Folks, I absolutely love it. I want to see this man be in the starting lineup when Anthony Davis is not there. But he's got 17 points and 9 rebounds in 29 minutes off the bench. Basically a starter with the 29 minutes. But still, a great night by Montrezl Harrell. Love seeing this man have great nights, especially off the bench, especially with no Anthony Davis. He really can step it up. So, wonderful night by him. He was also a plus 22 on the floor. Can we get any better than that? Whew. All right, Alex Caruso. Decent night by him. 10 points, 6 rebounds, 2 assists, 2 steals, and 40% shooting. So not a bad night. Talen Horton-Tucker, nothing special by him either. 4 points in 16 minutes. So just really glad that Dennis Schroeder's back in the starting lineup here. LeBron had a good game. Montrezl Harrell has a good game, and they get the win. All right, now we go to the Blazers now. Damian Lillard did his thing. Gary Trent Jr. tried to do his thing, but nobody else could really get it done. So 35 points by Damian Lillard, 7 assists, 3 rebounds. Very, very well done by Damian Lillard. Gary Trent Jr., 19 points, 2 steals, 2 assists. On 40% shooting, 2 of 11 from 3, which definitely could be better, but overall, we'll give him the 19. Enes Kanter, a pretty good night down low as well. 11 points and 17 rebounds. When you're going against, Marc Gasol as the starting big, I'm taking Enes Kanter. And even against Montrezl Harrell, I think he's got some nice height on Montrezl Harrell. I want to say 2 or 3 inches. I want to say Enes Kanter is 6'11". I want to say Montrezl Harrell's like 6'9", maybe. Enes Kanter, he's only 6'10". I think that's a little under. And then Montrezl Harrell, let's get an official height on him. I want to say like 6'9". 6'8", 6'7", even worse. Woof. All right. Yeah. So Enes Kanter's got some nice height on both those guys, or he's better than Marc Gasol because Marc Gasol's aging out of this league a little bit. How old is this man? I want to say like 15 years in the league, 12 years. All right. And then once again, let's just get a firm number on Enes Kanter. What do we talk about? 7, 8 years experience? 9? Yeah. All right. So yeah, we're right on the ballpark. We know what we're talking about here. Alrighty, what else do we get here? Derrick Jones Jr., 11 points, 6 assists, 2 rebounds. Or 11 points, 2 assists, 6 rebounds on 66% shooting. But what could he have done a little bit better this game? Maybe, -3 in the plus-minus in a loss is not bad, especially when you lose by, almost 9 points. So Derrick Jones Jr. still doing good there at the 3. Not going to knock him for this performance. Robert Covington, though, 4 points on 12% shooting. He did have 10 rebounds. So not terrible overall by the starters. Robert Covington only putting up 4 points definitely hurts them a lot. And, Carmelo not really doing anything else. Anthony Simmons really not doing anything off the bench. They really got nothing great off the bench. We're talking about Carmelo Anthony, 4 points. Nasir Little, 0 points. Rodney Hood, 6 points. And Anthony Simmons, 3 points. So bench really let the Blazers down a little bit, and we're really not used to that. We know that this Blazers team is a little lackluster off the bench because obviously no McCollum or Nurkic, so we got to elevate some players to the starting lineup. But we definitely need Anthony Simmons and Carmelo Anthony to really start stepping it up. And Anthony Simmons only playing 5 minutes, a little interesting there. He's usually solid off the bench, so not a great night here by the bench play. Lillard tried to do his thing, but nobody else got the memo. Alrighty, that was the NBA from last night. Let's see what's on deck today. Do we have a game tipping off at 1 o'clock that may be starting anytime now? Let's see. Let's see what we get. No day game here. Day game tomorrow at 1 o'clock? 3:30. All right. So here we go. This is what's on tap today. We got one primetime game at night, but here we go. We got Cavs and 76ers, Wizards, Timberwolves, Pelicans, Spurs, Pacers, Knicks, Jazz, Magic, Nuggets, Thunder, and Mavericks Nets. That's the late game at 8:30 on ABC, and I think we're already taking the minus points there with the Nets. So let's get these lines up to date here. Let's get this moneymaker going. Again, a little humbled here. We've been having pretty good success these last 2 weeks. Having great percentage of picks. I would probably say we're at like 72% for the last 2 weeks. Last night hitting 1 of 3 humbled us a little bit, but we're ready to let that go. I mean, we'll have one bad day here and there, but we will not have consecutive bad days or kind of weekly bad days. No, we won't have more than one bad day every 2 weeks. We'll just put it like that. All right, so here we go. Let's see if we get any great value here. Cavs, 76ers minus 11 over the Cavs. Oof. Don't like that. Let's make sure everybody's good to go here for the 76ers, which I believe they are. The line checks out with minus 11 with everybody good to go. So with the Cavs, everybody is good to go. Obviously, we know Andre Drummond is out because they're trying to trade that man. And everybody else has been known to be out. Oh, Tobias Harris out for the 76ers. That's kind of their number 2 scoring option. So we'll see how they kind of recover from that. But, I mean, overall, they're still going to have Danny Green and Seth Curry and Ben Simmons. So as long as, either Seth Curry or Danny Green steps up from 3, the 76ers should have no problem covering the 11. Let's see if we get any other great value. Don't love swallowing all those points, but if we don't get any good value elsewhere, we will do so. All right, Timberwolves and Wizards. Wizards minus 4, T-Wolves plus 4. This is a little interesting. We may swallow some points here with the Wizards. I mean, 7-3 in their last 10. They're absolutely getting it done. Now, we know D'Angelo Russell is still out for the T-Wolves, and so is Malik Beasley. Now, for the Wizards, Ish Smith out, and Davis Bertans a game-time decision. So, we'll see. They are going on a back-to-back, correct? Didn't we just break down their game? No. We didn't talk about the Wizards today. All right. So, David Bertans is definitely kind of a decent player for this Wizards team. Do we trust the Wizards minus 4? Oof. We do kind of like with this Wizards team. We just put them in the top 10. We just put them at number 9 yesterday live on the show. So do we trust our own picks? Let's double down on our own picks. Wizards minus 4. Think they can beat this Timberwolves team? No problem. So we'll go with the Wizards minus 4 here. This is a game that they should have no trouble winning. This Timberwolves team, I mean, they're just trying to get it figured out. I mean, they're coming close. Don't get us wrong. I mean, they, let's just say what they've done kind of, in their last couple of games here. They lose by the Pacers by 6. They lose to the Raptors by 5. They lose to the Knicks by 4. They lose to the Bucks by a lot. All right, but it's the Bucks. I mean, they're going to blow out any team. And then they lose to the Bulls by, 7 points. So, Wizards minus 4. They've got some nice explosiveness to them. I don't know if the Timberwolves can keep up with that, so we still do feel confident with Wizards minus 4. Let's keep that up. We'll officially be taking that. All right, then Jazz and the Magic. Jazz on a back-to-back just lost to the Heat, so they'll probably step it up a little bit more here. Magic plus 10, Jazz minus 10. Not interested in swallowing 10.5 points here by the Jazz. Everybody's good to go for them as well. Magic, everybody's good to go for them as well. James Ennis is out though, so that's their only out there. So going to stay away from the Magic, not trusting them plus 10.5. And then the Jazz on a back-to-back, back-to-back road trip games here. Just went to Miami. Now you have to go to Orlando. I know it's in the same state, but, still a little bit of travel there. So not going to swallow the 10.5 there by the Jazz. I would rather swallow the 11 with the home team 76ers. So let's move on. Nuggets, Thunder. Ooh, alrighty. Nuggets -7. But if we can get this Thunder, if this Nuggets team is still without Paul Millsap and company, we'll take the 7 here by the Thunder. Let's see. Paul Millsap is still out. Gary Harris is still out. And PJ Dozier is a game time decision. Those are 2 big outs for JaMychal Green, folks. Truly. He's really kind of a decent piece here. Especially, Paul Millsap's the bigger piece out there. But, yeah, just absolutely some big pieces here, some big defensive pieces here that they need. Now, we know the Nuggets, they've got some nice scorers, obviously, still in the lineup of Michael Porter Jr. and Jamal Murray and Jokic and all that. But this Thunder team, do we take the 7 with them? They've kind of been streaking a little bit. What do we say? 7-3 in their last, or no. They're on a 3-game winning streak, but like 4-6 in their last 10. 2-game winning streak, 4-6 in their last 10. So, they are on a back-to-back, and I don't know if I can trust the Thunder on a back-to-back. They are kind of one of those teams that I would not trust on a back-to-back, but they are at home, though. This is a tough one. Do we take the 7 with the Thunder? That's not looking too bad to me, especially with all those other players being out. Now, we know the Nuggets on their last game that they just lost. Jamal Murray took to Instagram and called everybody out, or went on Twitter and called everybody out, saying this angle and showing everybody open from the three-point line. So, let's do it here. Let's freaking do it. Let's take the Thunder plus 7. Let's trust it a little bit. Let's live a little bit, shall we? Living a little bit with the Thunder plus 7. We'll take it. Some solid points. They may not win, but I like the 7. I like the 7. All right, Pelicans and Spurs. All righty. Let's see. Pelicans -2.5. Spurs plus 2.5. Everybody's going to go for the Pelicans. Rudy Gay still out for the Spurs. Derek White still out for the Spurs. Keldon Johnson out for the Spurs. LaMarcus Aldridge game time decision. So still a couple of players out for the Spurs team. They may get it done. They are good on the defensive end of the ball, and that's where the Pelicans struggle a little bit, kind of closing out games defensively, and that's kind of the Spurs strong suit. So we're going to stay away from this one. I don't think it's any really great value either way. Spurs plus 2.5, Pelicans -2.5. And the Spurs team, they are sneaky good. I know we forget to talk about the Spurs a little bit. I don't think that's just me. I think I am kind of speaking in general of kind of the sports media, because they have missed so many games just kind of recently with the COVID outbreak. There's just nothing great about them. There's nothing flashy about them. They don't have a Curry. They don't have a LeBron James or an Anthony Davis or a Giannis or anything like that, or a Luka. They got Rudy Gay. They got LaMarcus Aldridge. They got who's their main guy? I'm blanking on their main man. He's right on the tip of the tongue, folks. I'm blanking on the name. LaMarcus Aldridge, Rudy Gay, and I'm blanking. But y'all know who it is. I'm sure y'all know. But look at this. The folks, they're 5th in the West at 16-12, 6-4 in their last 10. So, this is a solid team here. Solid team. But this Pelicans team trying to get it all figured out there. Couldn't close it down the stretch against the Bucks. So we'll stay away from the Pelicans this game. We'll stay away from both of it because I don't think it's any real great value either way. Pacers, Knicks. Oh, Knicks plus 0.5 point. Pacers -0.5 point. Pacers on a back-to-back. The only thing that's kind of giving me pause of taking this Knicks team is that who's going to be their big? I know they don't have a great big, kind of like the Pacers. They don't have a great big, but who's going to kind of be the big for the Knicks that kind of steps up a little bit, that is able to kind of handle the Pacers big? And now we're blanking on this one too. What's his name? Blanking on the name. This is the second time we blanked on the name today. Miles Turner. So who's going to be the man that steps up for this Knicks team to kind of guard Miles Turner? But Pacers on a back-to-back, Knicks at home. We're going to still be riding on this Knicks team, folks. We're going to be buying this Knicks team, truly. We'll take them with plus 1.5 here. And then the last game, Maverick. I love the Knicks bench, folks, truly. And Derrick Rose, he should be starting again. They had some rest. Pacers on a back-to-back. D-Rose healthy. D-Rose rested. Bench gets it all done still. RJ Barrett goes wild. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Let's say Knicks plus 0.5 point here. Love their depth. A lot deeper than the Pacers. Pacers on a back-to-back. We'll take the Knicks. And then the last game of the night, do we do it a 4-teamer? Mavericks, Nets -4. Yes, we'll swallow the 4. That's fine. I love it. I mean, we'll swallow points with the Nets. We'll take points with the Nets. It doesn't matter. Kristaps Porzingis is still a game time decision. I'm sure he'll play if it's only +4 here. That's seeming kind of right to me. And then no Jeff Green. Jeff Green game time decision, so that's fine. I've got no problem with that. Yes, sir. James Harden, Kyrie Irving playing. We'll take a -4. So we got a nice little 4-teamer here in our moneymaker, ready to get back on track here. Wizards -4, Thunder +7, Knicks +1.5, and Nets -4. Nets -4 is easy value all day, folks. Easy. That's easy. Oof. Take it. I don't know why Vegas undervalues these Nets when Kevin Durant's not on the floor, folks. They still got Joe Harris and DeAndre Jordan. They can get it done. That's a complete team right there. They don't need Kevin Durant. So Nets -4. This is the best value of the day, honestly. Damn, that's so great. All right, that's our moneymaker for today. Loving it. All right, now let's go to our NFL draft prospect of the day. We are on a 73-day countdown, currently on day 13 of that 73-day countdown. And today's NFL draft prospect that we are going to be looking at is Kwity Paye, defensive edge rusher from Michigan, folks. Alrighty, so we'll break down his stats, watch some tape on him, and see if he's good to go. See if he's impressing us. Should our teams be drafting this man early, late, never, not at all? Number 1 overall. What's the last pick? I don't know, 200 something. So should Kwity Paye be drafted? Is he looking good? Let's see. So, as we said, defensive edge rusher from Michigan. He is 6'4", 272. I mean, J.J. Watt's 6'5", maybe 280, maybe a little slimmer, 260. But, Kwity Paye, 6'4", J.J. Watt, 6'5". I mean, Aaron Donald is only 6'1", 280. So, Kwity Paye's got some, he's kind of got the stature of, kind of the other elite pass rushers in this league already. So we'll see what this man can do at his frame of 6'4", 272. Alrighty, 4 years at Michigan. Another man getting his degree. Yes, sir. Love to see that. All right, Michigan, 2017, his freshman year, only played 2 games and had 4 tackles. Not bad there. All right, 2018, plays 10 games. He has 27 total tackles, 2 sacks, and 1 forced fumble, and 1 pass defense. Would like to see him in the pass defense. Would love to see how that looked out there. All right, then 2019 in Michigan, 12 games played, 50 tackles, 6.5 sacks. All right, now we're talking about coming into his own in 2019, his junior year. Very well done, 6.5 sacks in 12 games, not bad there. And then in 2020, this season, only played 4 games. Michigan in total only played 6 games, I believe. I think they went 2-4 this season. But Michigan, he only played 4 games this season. He was injured for about 2 games, I believe, with a groin injury, so nothing too bad there for him. So in 4 games this year, 16 tackles, 2 sacks, so actually not bad there. So we'll take a look at his highlights. Obviously, we're not going to take a look at what he did this season because he only played 4 games. So we do just have a complete highlight package by this man, just because he is an edge rusher. I know with the skill players, the running backs, the wide receivers, and the cornerbacks, we only take the 2020 season because we have to see what you've done for us lately. But some of these offensive linemen, defensive linemen, maybe even cornerbacks, we have to kind of take the totality of their years of their kind of career in college, because when we're looking at highlights, it's hard to get big highlight packages. We're talking about 2-minute highlight packages, and we're trying to go for about 7 to 10-minute highlight packages when we look at a player. And then we also try to take in just kind of regular game footage as well, to kind of see what you're doing in the totality of a game. But with some of these kind of not glamorous, consistently glamorous, big highlight plays, big plays, we have to kind of make do. So that's what we got here for his kind of film. We're just kind of looking in totality of his highlights, which will probably be most of 2019. All right, another thing stat-wise that we do kind of like to put a lot of stake into is what they did in their bowl games. Are you working in the bowl games what you work kind of all season for to get to that bowl game? Because we only know 4 teams get into the college football playoffs, so what are you doing in the playoffs? If you get there, what are you doing in the bowl games? Because you have so much time to prepare. This is what you play all season for. During the regular season in college, you probably face a lot of lackluster defenses because that's kind of all college. So, in the bowl game, you kind of get a better team that's suited to you. The defense is probably a little bit better. You've got time to prepare. We're talking about 3 weeks to prepare for a bowl game, so everything should be good. So let's see. 2018 does not look like they had a bowl game, unfortunately. Or he did not play in the bowl game, whatever it is, because it ends on, Michigan at Ohio State. No bowl game there. But the last game of the season, they lose against Ohio State, and they give up 62 points, so that's not great. Let's see what he did. He had 3 tackles, no sacks, no forced fumbles, nothing like that. All right, not great there. Well, let's go to 2019. They get to a bowl game here. They did, but they go against Alabama and they lose, and he only had 1 tackle and no sacks or anything like that. And defensively, they gave up 35 points, or 14 points in the fourth quarter. I mean, they were only down 16-21 in the fourth quarter, and then the defense flops in the fourth quarter, so not a great sign there. I know in totality, oops, we just closed our tab there. Oh boy. Can we get back there quickly? Let's get back there quickly. Alrighty, here we go. Back to his stats. So overall not great in the bowl games. Only got to really 1 bowl game. Not great there, but I mean, he's an edge rusher. Can't make too much of an impact in the games. So let's see what he's doing in the highlights now that we know the stats are all right. The stats are just all right here. The 6.5 sacks in 2019 is really good. But other than that, just kind of meh. But let's see if the film is going to kind of speak for us. So here we go. We get a nice little 4-minute highlight clip of what he did in his kind of totality of his career there in Michigan. So let's watch Kwity Paye, defensive edge rusher for Michigan. His number is, so we can kind of keep track of him, 19. So if you ever lose him on the field, he is number 19. So here we go. Kwity Paye. Oh, yeah, first one just coming right off the edge. Gets some nice pressure on the quarterback. Doesn't make the sack officially, but here he comes right off the edge, right here. And then the second guy's able to get him there, and then the ball pops out. They recover. Let's see, do they give him the recovery? There you gotta look. Who comes up with the ball? Yes, sir. Is it Kwity Paye? Oh, Kwity Paye with the ball. So he doesn't make the sack. He gets a hand on him. So let's watch this one more time. We'll follow him. He's right up here, just beating this man right off the rip. Brings him down a little bit. Second guy's able to get there because of what Kwity Paye does. Second guy forces the fumble. And then Kwity Paye, he was like, hang on, I'm already on the ground. I'm going to pick up the ball. And that's exactly what he does. So very, very well done. Forced fumble recovery by Kwity Paye. Yes, sir. He just beats this man right off the rip. Yes. Bull rush. There he is. And then that's just enough for this second guy to get there. Oh, hang on. He actually does cause the fumble on that last second. Yes. He pulled the arm down. He goes to lift the arm back up, and that's when the ball pops out. So he actually did force the fumble, and he recovered it. Very, very well done. I thought the second guy hit it out, but it's all Kwity Paye right there. All right, fantastic. All right, second play here against Minnesota, coming right up the middle. Quarterback hesitated throwing this ball right there, and he pulls it down, and Kwity Paye makes it pay. He's like, you better get rid of this ball because I'm coming at you. You don't have that much time to throw this ball. I'm coming at you. Let's watch it one more time, kind of follow him right from the rip. Here he is, right here. Just, oh, my God, a nice little move inside, sheds the block. Just look at this man. He's like, all right. Oh, because he does fake the pass, so you do have to play the pass. It is play action. So he's at the line. Oh, it's pass. I'm just going to shed the block real quick. Get to the quarterback. That's easy right there. Oof, that's easy. Yes, sir. Kwity Paye. All right. 2 great plays so far. Love it. Watch it one more time. Doesn't get beat on the play action. Plays the play action very well. He plays this play entirely well. Look at that. Look at that. And then 24, you're going to have a running back try to block 6'4", 280? What are you, nuts? This is Kwity Paye we're talking about. Alrighty, off the edge again, and he just brings them down. Yes, sir, just working here. Work. Able to get to the quarterback. Yes, sir. Brings him down. A nice big hit on the quarterback. Looks like he did put all of his weight on the quarterback, which, hey, that's a flag. But if it doesn't get called, we love it. So very well done there. All right. Once again, bringing down the quarterback. Let's see him right here. Let's see if we can track him from the line. Let's see if we can get him real quick. Ooh, nobody's showing their number, so we're assuming he's right here. Dips down below. Oh, yes, sir. There he is. There he is. Here he is. He just dips down below, past the lineman, working inside, able to just to beat that lineman that's blocking him and get to the quarterback. Very, very well done. Here he is here. Yes, sir. Very well done. I mean, the quarterback is having time to throw this ball here. Great coverage downfield for the pass rush to get there. One guy comes in, and he's the second guy that brings him down. Yes, sir. And let's look at this, man. He just bear hugs this quarterback. Look at this, folks. Look at this, man. He's just so freaking big. Just single-handedly bringing down that quarterback himself. And just look at the size compared to this quarterback. Just mauling him, bringing him down. That's a big boy right there, folks. 6'5", 270. 6'4", 270. Absolutely nuts. Woof. All right. And look at this. Look at 18. He's looking beefy himself. And Kwity Paye's just looking even beefier. Who is this? What team is this? We got to look up how beefy that man is. Northwestern? Who's Northwestern's quarterback? Let's get this up. Let's see, Northwestern quarterback. Well, let's actually do it like this. Northwestern history by year. Let's get it up on Football Reference. Maybe we can't like this. Damn. All right, maybe we got to do it like this. Northwestern stats. Let's do this. Here we go. Thank you. Just want to get to this page, folks. That's all I'm trying to do. All right, here we go. Let's look at what this quarterback is doing here. Let's find the quarterback, the starting quarterback. This game against Michigan. That was in 2020, though. Damn it. We were looking at 2019, I'm guessing. We're getting there, folks. Hang on. Give us a second. I just want to know how big that quarterback is. That's all I'm trying to do. So we got to go to 2019. Or back one more. Here we go. Here we go. All right. Let's go to, maybe not. What the hell? All right, here we go. All right, we're back. Let's go to 2019. Now we can go to the Michigan game. Tell me this was in 2017 or 2018. Unbelievable. All right, we got to go back to 2018. Damn it. 2018. All right. Against Michigan. Here it is. All right. Now, let's get to the quarterback. Who do we got? Clay Thorson. 6'4", 225, folks. So this man's beefy himself as well. All right, that's all we wanted. This man is also possibly in the league already, or not. We know he didn't get drafted. Clayton Thorson. All righty, but either way, we found our answer. He's 6'4". This man's right on him. Yes, sir. All right, just kind of, let's see where he is right here. Watch it play one more time. Inside right here. Comes off the block. Follows him all the way to the left side of the field. And then brings him down. Yes, sir. All righty. Coming off the edge. Never sees him. Working right here off the left side. Just instantly beats his man. I mean, you've got no time to throw this ball if you're just getting instantly beat like this. Got two hands on him, and then he just runs right by him. Very well done. Cannot block this man. I mean, 6'4", 270. Oof. Wisconsin quarterback trying to run up the middle here. Big mistake. Big mistake. What are you doing? No. We've got this covered up the middle. Try to run on Kwity Paye. What are you, nuts? Back to Northwestern here, chasing him down. Quarterback, couldn't do it on 3rd and 10. And just look at when he does it in this game. I mean, Michigan's only up 3 here, 20-17. Northwestern 3rd and 10. 3 minutes left, trying to drive here, and Kwity Paye and company chase this man out of the pocket, bring him down. What does this man think he's doing? Clayton Thorson, what do you think you're doing here? Do you think you can run against Kwity Paye? No, sir. You can't do anything against Kwity Paye out here. Very well done. Flush him out. Stays with it. Doesn't get beat by him. I mean, he's not the fastest quarterback, obviously, but doesn't get beat by him. Comes back inside. Brings him down. Oh, we got a fumble here. Who did it? Did Kwity Paye knock this ball out? Who recovered it? Let's see it here. Kwity Paye. Yes, sir. Breaking through the line. Getting to the running back. Knocks the ball out. Somebody else recovers it. But look at that, man. Punches the ball out. Doesn't get faked on the play action, can stay with the quarterback, can attack the running back, punch out the ball, comes up right up the middle here, forces a bad throw, a potential pick. Look at him just dip his way inside. I mean, this is easy, just winning the battle up front. This lineman literally got no hands on him. He just dips right underneath him. Right in his face, arid throw, and 14 had a chance to make a pick. It just kind of bounces right through his hands, it looks like. Man, oh man. We get another replay of this. Oh man, the replays that we want to see kind of a slower down. I want to see him just dip in slow motion. Unfortunate, but here we go against Iowa now. Bringing down the quarterback. Yes, sir. Let's see this one more time. Here he is where is he? He's over here. All right, so here he is. Kind of just works him around, just kind of got brought inside, kept working inside towards the quarterback, kind of got pushed out to the back, to the outside, and he's able to fight his way back inside. So very well done there. Here it is against Michigan State here. Crashing down inside, coming off the edge, crashing, working. Right here. Just working. I mean, very well done. Sticking with it. Not giving up. Here he is again. Inside right here. Just finding the quarterback wherever you are, however you're getting blocked, making your way. And I mean, look at the spin move back inside. He's getting pushed outside. Sees the quarterback working back inside. Spin move inside. Very well done. I mean, he knows how to get kind of unblocked, open, working towards wherever the quarterback is. I'm all about him. Here he is off the edge. And yes, sir, discipline. As the edge, you have to maintain the outside. Maybe took a little bit of a kind of a half a step extra down inside here, but he's able to kind of recover. I mean, look at this. This is a little bit of bad position here as you have to keep the edge here, but he's able to recover very nicely, work back, and bring him down. So overall, a great play. Maybe just got sucked in a tad too much, but still pretty disciplined there. Ooh, did he have a chance at a pick here off this left side? Set up the screen. I mean, they were trying to set up the screen, and he still stays with it. He's not letting. I mean, you've got to maintain the edge as the edge guy. He does that. Does not let the screen develop and kind of blows it up a little bit. So very, very well done here. Yes, sir. Loving that. Maintaining the edge. Huge in this position, obviously. Watch him one more time. Maintain the edge. Yes, sir. Did he get a hand on that ball? He flicked this ball away? I think he did. Yes, sir. Love it. Even better. All righty, here we go. Coming off that right side again, just bringing down the running back. Yes, sir. Crashing inside hard. This man's looking good out here, folks. There he is. Yes, sir. And the running play goes nowhere. That was 2nd and 3, giving up no yards. Look at this man kind of getting blocked and then just uses his other free hand to bring down the running back. Yes, sir. Fantastic. What else do we get here? Here he is working again. It's going to bring him down. Quarterback running. Oh, you can't run from this man either. You can't hide, and we know you can't run. Bringing him down from behind, trying to step up into the pocket, run away from him. He gets about 3 yards, but nothing more than that. Not going to let you kind of break it off on us. Yes, sir. All right, here we go. Let's see him here. Where does he start over here? Looks to be a little bit inside starting. There he goes. Staying with it, running all the way. They're trying to stretch the ball outside to the left. He's working all of his way down to the left side of the field, and he brings him down. So Kwity Paye, I mean, he's looking pretty good out here. I like those highlights, pretty good. I mean, obviously, no big hits, no big highlights like that, but just the technique is great. He can spin out of blocks. He knows how to beat the block right off the rip, dipping his shoulder inside, spinning back to the quarterback, maintaining that edge, and bringing down the quarterback when they're trying to run out of the pocket. Just very well done. He knows how to punch the ball out. Great technique there. So overall, Kwity Paye, solid pick here. Definitely could see this man going in the first round if you just need that edge rusher for your team. And it definitely has 6'4", 270. That's a lot of beef to handle, folks. So truly well done by Kwity Paye. Truly impressive. And we're about this man. I'm about this man. I would love this man to get drafted on my team. I would love to have this man a part of my team, the Dolphins team. Now, we're not in the market right now for a first round edge rusher. But if we were, Kwity Paye, I'm kind of liking him. Alrighty. That's going to do it for us today. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for watching. We're back tomorrow, noon Eastern, live, twitch.tv/takesbyfans, breaking down all the NBA from today, doing our Moneymaker for tomorrow, checking in our Moneymaker if we hit it today, and doing another NFL draft prospect for day 14. Who else are we going to be looking at? Well, we got mad prospects to do, folks, so we've got everybody. Alrighty, we're out of here. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for watching. We're back tomorrow, folks.